I am happy to welcome you for 9th Social Science Geography lesson, Climate. Let us see about what is climate, how the climates are changing, what are the factors for a climate of a place, and different types of monsoons in India. Let us now differentiate between climate and weather. What is weather? Weather is an atmospheric condition of a particular place. It changes frequently, whereas climate, it is an average weather condition observed over a long period of time, and it is a long-term phenomenon. It does not change frequently. Let us go what we learnt in geography in our earlier classes. So for an example, if you say 6th standard, 5th standard, like that. So we can see that Earth is having two actions. One is it is rotating by itself, that is on its own axis, and it also revolves around the sun in an elliptical orbit. These two actions causes seasons on the earth. Because it is rotating on the elliptical order, the earth comes near to the sun or far away to the sun, creating different seasons on the earth. Let us now see about some important climatic controls. First one, we'll take it as latitudes. So, the earth is divided into imaginary lines, horizontal lines called latitudes. We also call this latitudes as parallels. So we know that 0 degree is equator, 23.5 degree north is Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree south is Tropic of Capricorn, and 66.5 degree north is Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degree south is Antarctic Circle, and 90 degree north is called North Pole, and 90 degree south is called South Pole. So let us see the different heat zones of these latitudes. Heat zones of Earth is one of the climatic controls. We all know that Earth is in a tilted axis. Because of this, the receptant of sun's rays differ from one place to the other place. The place between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn is always receives the direct sunlight. So this area is called as tropical zone. Then from Tropic of Cancer to Arctic Circle, it is temperate zone. And From Arctic Circle to North Pole, it is polar zone. In the same way, Tropic of Capricorn to Antarctic Circle is a south temperate zone, and from Antarctic Circle to poles, it is Antarctic Circle. This plays very important role for a climate condition of a particular place. Climatic controls. Next criteria is altitudes, that is height of the land. So for an example, at sea level it is considered as 0 meters. The temperature at the 0 level, that is sea level, is 30 degrees Celsius. Means when it is 1000 meters it becomes 23.5 degrees Celsius, and when it is 2000 meters it becomes 17 degrees Celsius, and when it reaches 3000 meters it becomes 10.5 degrees Celsius. So from this we could see that according to the temperature, according to the altitude, the temperature changes. Now the same way, the pressure at the sea level is high, whereas when we go up altitudes, then we have low air pressure. That is why mountaineers carry oxygen cylinder. Next criteria in the climatic controls is pressure and wind system. We know that the globe is divided into two, that is northern hemisphere and southern hemisphere, and in center 0 degree equator. Now generally the sun shines more on equator, so the equatorial region always have low pressure belt, and when we move just above the equatorial low pressure belt, we have subtropical high pressure belt, which tends to the wind to turn to its right towards equatorial region. So these winds are called trade winds. Then comes our subpolar low pressure belt. So from the subtropical high pressure belt, the wind's direction moves towards subpolar low pressure belt, and automatically from the polar region where always high pressure belt exists, means the sun shines slantingly or does not reach the north pole or south pole. So since that the temperature is lowered, so there is high pressure of air pressure created there. So it is always high pressure, and when the wind system starts moving, it moves on its right and towards the subpolar low pressure belt. So this trade winds are responsible for bringing in monsoons. So to get rainfall in a particular area, these trade winds should be favorable. Distance from the sea in climatic controls. So when a place is near to the sea, the climate differs. When it is away from the sea, the climate differs. So for an example, here the two concepts we have to understand. One is the warm and cold winds. Then next is that the setting of sea breeze, land breeze. This also affects the climate of a place. So here we could see that we have explained the same latitude 52 degree north, which has three places like Shanam, then Berlin, then Warsaw. So these three places, the same timing, the temperature differs. See, for an example, Shenan, which is very near to the sea. Okay, distance from the sea is less. So it is in July month. It is having 15 degree Celsius. But whereas Berlin is a little bit inside the land, so it is having 17 degrees Celsius. But whereas Warsaw is much more towards the center of the continent. So if this is happening, it is away from the sea. So it is having 19 degree Celsius. So for next example is January timing. So in January it is 6 degree in Shanam, and whereas in Berlin it is -1 and in Warsaw it is -4. See, now the decreasing of the temperature also is there. So whether increasing or decreasing, all the temperature is affected by the nearness of the sea or distance from the sea. So the temperature ranges. So this is the variation is it's 9 degree, or it is 18 degree away from that, and Warsaw is 23. So the nearness of the sea or distance from the sea controls the climate. Let us now see about some important climatic controls. First one, we'll take it as latitudes. So the earth is divided into imaginary lines, horizontal lines called latitudes. We also call this latitudes as parallels. So we know that 0 degree is equator, 23.5 degree north is Tropic of Cancer, 23.5 degree south is Tropic of Capricorn, and 66.5 degree north is Arctic Circle, and 66.5 degree south is Antarctic Circle, and 90 degree north is called North Pole, and 90 degree south is called South Pole. So let us see the difference. Okay, next criteria is the relief features, the shape of the land, whether it is mountain, plateau, plain or sea. This also affects the climate of the place. So if it is mountain, already before 3 or 4 slides we have seen that if the altitude increases, the pressure and the temperature decreases. So according to that, the climatic change also happens. If it is very near to the sea, if it is a plain place, then the climate will change. Let us now see about the Coriolis force. What is this Coriolis force? So when the wind starts blowing straight, it automatically tends to bend towards right in the northern hemisphere and towards the left in the southern hemisphere. So the force which deflects the direction of wind is usually called as deflection force or Coriolis force. This force is caused due to the rotation of the earth and is zero at the equator and maximum at the poles. We saw about different climatic controls and different criteria responsible for that, for a climate of a particular place. So let us now continue in our next part, the conditions of India. Thank you. Have a nice day.